Yeah, I can't even put it to words. When we first started, it was 11 of us somewhere in the corner of the warehouse. Yeah, retouching is very, very crucial. It just shows you everything's possible and encourages almost to find your skill set. I'm really happy in this new role. Big shout out to all the retouchers up next.
Welcome to the Life at Next podcast, Ula.
Thank you for having me, Matt. Nice to be here, yes.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. So you are a senior photographer and retoucher in our studio.
Indeed.
Right?
In fact, I'll correct you here because it's senior retoucher and photographer.
Oh, okay. Sorry, retoucher and photographer.
You forgiven? I used to be a photographer.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, I remember. So before we, before we dive in, if anyone's listening or watching, don't forget to, give us a little like, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. But let's take it on with Ula, shall we?
Yes.
So, how did you talk to me? Like, when did you come to Next? How long ago was that?
Oh, it was donkey's years. So it first started in 2007. My first initial interview. I was based in London. I was appointed to be an admin person in our freelance team in London, shooting home furniture. Bearing in mind, I was just an admin person, but within the first weeks, we quickly realized I was trained in photography and quite good with Photoshop, so very quickly progressed to a senior retoucher position. So I spent about 3 years working as a senior retoucher in London and started freelancing for Next head office here.
Nice.
And slowly transitioned and relocated to Enderby. I'm laughing. One of the reasons were how good the restaurants are here.
Was that the big draw? Yeah, the restaurant.
Was, yes. Yeah. So indeed, in 2011, I was contracted as a full-time employee at Next here in Enderby. Initially, it was again in a retoucher and senior retoucher role. After a few years, I transitioned into photography because this is what I was trained at. So I graduated photography. I worked as a photographer in our studios for 8 solid years. And then around lockdown time, we kind of started working from home more. I volunteered to do the editing again, and I loved it actually. So since transitioned to editing side of things, so with this vast experience of both photography and retouching, with this new role that emerged of senior retoucher and photographer, I fit the bill with my skill set. And so now I'm really happy in this new role.
Oh, nice. Talk to me more about retouching, because I guess a lot of people will understand photography because it's quite a known profession, isn't it? But retouching is probably not, is it? No, unless you're in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Matt, I really appreciate this because I think it goes on the radar. Yes. So big shout out to all the retouchers up next. Big shout out to everyone, photographers as well. But yeah, retouching is very, very crucial. And more we're transitioning onto this creative retoucher side where we have more and more input in the final product, final image. So retouching entails anything from simple touch-ups of a model. And obviously we're trying to keep models as natural as they are.
Yes, 100%.
Yes, but so from retouching of models to retouching of the product, of clearing backgrounds, all the way to the really, really complex composite images that I create. And that requires photography, that we have to shoot new items in a studio to then later comp them onto existing images. So it's very, very complicated and really excited field to work in.
I bet. Was it a big shift to go from photography to retouching? How was that?
Yes, yeah, it was really, really big shift. I think I was ready. Bear in mind, I'm a mum. So I've got 2 children.
Right, nice.
So working as a retoucher allows you to work hybrid hours where you can work from home as well as from the studio. And I just feel I can bring more value to the business as a retoucher and photographer rather than just photographer. So it was quite a natural shift for me. And they're excited times to do that as well. So,
Nice. And what's looking back, kind of, what have you been most proud of in the? Is it 15 years?
Yes.
Well, coming up to 15.
Yeah.
Coming up to 15 years then.
Yes.
What's been your biggest accomplishment, do you think?
Yes. So I think the biggest accomplishment would be being involved in really exciting projects that led to a transitioning of our production process. So not everyone knows, but I used to work with homeware a lot. And so I was involved in first tests where we were dropping fake backgrounds into window views.
Oh, wow.
Saving the business a lot of money on shooting furniture on location.
Yes.
As you know, we shoot ahead of the deadline. So for instance, we were shooting summer collection in the middle of winter. So we had to ship it all to South Africa. But with the use of digital technologies, we were able to shoot it in a studio in London and use magic behind the scenes in Photoshop to change the window views or just so it looks like it's on an exotic location. So that was quite exciting because of the value we brought to the business, the saving we brought to the business, and how it transformed the entire production process, where now vast majority of room sets are shot in the studio. And I feel because I was involved in the initial testing, that's quite interesting and something I'm proud of. Now I'm applying same skill set to fashion side of things because it's quite similar thing what I'm doing. So it's where traditional photography meets the new technologies to create saving and to, most of all for me, is actually saving the planet because of reducing the carbon footprint on shipping all this to these locations and saving money on expensive reshoots if needed. So I think this is what I'm most proud of.
Oh, nice. Yeah. It's a good way of looking at like retouching and editing actually, isn't it? Like, and doing that kind of the cost saving element to it, and like still being able to be creative, but the fact of what it does from a cost saving or a time saving point of view as well. Yeah.
And saving the planet.
And saving the planet. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And in that time period that you've been at Next, have you seen the photo studio as a whole just grow, in your opinion? Is it just kind of flourished, or?
Oh, the progress is, I can't even put it to words. When we first started, it was 11 of us somewhere in the corner of the warehouse. Obviously, now we have beautiful studio in head office. We've got another beautiful studio up in Elmsall. We've got one in London and in Leighton Buzzard. So the growth is insane. It's honestly so nice to see and to be part of it. That's really, really rewarding.
Yeah, it really is. It's, I've been here a similar time to you, 15 years, and to see, see that studio kind of, well, first of all, get built, and then secondly, like the amount of people that have come in and the different concept and ideas that they bring as well. It's really good. It's really unique as well.
Yes. I remember you were recording when the studio was for so.
Yeah.
Instagram content.
Yeah. Back in the day when I used to do a lot of Instagram content. We still do as a team, but there's other people that have got a far better skill set than me doing that now. So it's good to see though. It's good to see people like that come into Next and give a different perspective as well, because like you said, like yourself, come up from London, and that's great. Like just a different perspective on the brand and how we can move it forward.
Absolutely. And it shows you as well how many different avenues of progression you can take at Next. So,
totally.
Being appointed as an admin person, going into retouching and photography again, and now into this interesting role of mine that's a combination of the two. It just shows you everything's possible and encourages almost to find your skill set and trust in your skill set and bring value in this way.
Yeah, 100%. It's not like you've just got to, like you said it there, you've not just got to come in as a photographer and be like, oh, that's it, or I'll go to another business.
Yes.
So many industries or even sub-departments within your industry that you can explore.
Absolutely.
I came over to start looking at employer brand and then didn't think it would grow, and it has grown.
Yes.
Now we're doing a podcast, so it's great. Well, not just doing a podcast, but it's been going for over a year, and then I think we're nearly we're about 30 away from 100 episodes. So,
oh wow!
Yeah. So when we hit that, that'll be a nice big milestone for us, and then we'll push on again as we always do. And what's it like working in a studio? Because there's probably some people that listen to this that have never even entered a studio. What's that like? Is it very different, do you think, from like an office role or working in one of our stores or contact centres?
I would say studio is one of the best places to work, of course. No offense.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But no, it's just variety of different roles we've got on offer. So from set building through styling to photography, there's a lot of admin roles. So there's something for everyone, and it's all really exciting because it's within creative environment. I like to make this kind of statement that we're mainly creatives there, so it's super exciting. I'm pretty sure it's the most exciting place to work at next. So
with all those creatives, how does it work with all those creatives in terms of, is everyone like really open to opinion and like different perspectives as well? Or
I think we all, because of we're quite arty, we are quite like I feel very kind, and there's a lot of room for individuality, and we are encouraged to be ourselves. And it's amazing because we can just bring our skill, we bring our light, and just express ourselves at work and bring value in this way. And it's been met with like gratitude. So I feel very valued within my role and throughout my roles. So no, it's really, really rewarding environment to work at.
Good. And I think that's really important. Like what you said there, like to be yourself.
Yep.
That's something I know over the last, at least I'd 5 years, maybe longer, that something as a business where, we say it all together, like we're proud together, like it's something that we try to constantly say, like be, like we've done past campaigns for Thrive, Be You, stuff like that as well, that we're going to continue to push that and encourage that, because if you yourself, you're going to probably bring your best self as well.
Absolutely. And he also encourages, like, I see value in a long service in a sense, because you grow, you develop. Obviously, over the last 10, 15 years, both you and I and everyone changed. And then the more you change, the more you grow within, the more skill sets you develop. And some things come to the surface you didn't even know existed. Then you move like with your career path and bring more value in this way. So it is quite good, yes.
Yeah, no, I think so as well. I think you're right there. On top of being yourself, what's great here is all the knowledge that people have got because they've gained so much experience working in that industry for so long.
Absolutely.
And also they understand the brand and how, everyone's got a real good understanding of how and what the brand is.
Yeah.
So it's not like you kind of just all having like this healthy conflict over, what is the brand? Everyone's like, well, we know what the brand is. Let's go do the thing, whatever the thing is, which is great, which is really, really good. Right, let's try something a little bit fun then.
Okay.
So got the this or that round.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah, exactly.
Scary.
That's scary. Don't be scary. We'll start off nice and easy. This or that, unlimited coffee at work or unlimited snacks? One or the other, you can't have both.
Okay, so I would say limiting snacks. However, off sugar pretty much because I'm all into well-being. So I'm not snacking anyway. So it's an easy one.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not snacking anyway.
Okay.
And coffee, I only drink decaf anyway, but I do love a decaf latte and I won't give up on that. So
you're going for the coffee?
Absolutely.
You go for the coffee?
Every time. Yes.
Every time. When you're working then in the studio, because I know on sets, on the photography sets, they love the music and stuff to keep the energy. Would you go music or podcasts when you're working?
So it's a very good question, Matt. I am quite unique in my role because most of the time I actually work on myself, sometimes with a model.
Yeah.
So if I'm on my own, I listen to podcasts all the time. So all the way podcasts. However, if I'm with a model or a team, it will be music.
Okay.
Yeah, so it depends on the day.
Depends on the situation and what you're doing.
Yes.
Absolutely. Would you rather spend the day doing like loads of small little jobs in the studio?
Yeah.
and having a few things to like work on and a few problems to solve, or would you rather have this big project or big complex issue that you've got to tackle?
Definitely a few tasks over one.
Variety.
Yes, I like variety and changing the environment, changing challenges. So absolutely the first option, yes.
And what do you prefer in terms of, you know, working in an office that's maybe kind of got no windows in an office, or and it's got the perfect Wi-Fi, or you work in an office that's beautiful, you know, you're looking out on the best thing you can imagine, but the Wi-Fi is terrible?
Okay, yes. So I think views over one.
Oh, really?
Oh,
what? Really? Well, every day, yeah?
Well, I don't, obviously when I shoot, I just need to capture one, Photoshop, and Wi-Fi is not quite essential. So yeah, definitely views. And I am a bit views deprived because obviously in the studio, we have to have it all quite limited, and there's no windows in some of the studios.
So you go for that lovely scenic view.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes.
I suppose it's quite nice if you are, like you said in your role, like working solo at times.
Yes.
Yeah. Then you'd want that beautiful view, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. Do you prefer, when you're working, do you like, we have it in our office, do you like it constant, you know, do you like it really warm and cozy? Or cool and fresh?
Warm and cozy.
Warm and cozy. Oh, I'm the opposite. I love it, cool breeze.
No, always warm and cozy. So
no, it's like aircon. You get like aircon walls or heating walls, and then like some people will open the window, and you're like, oh, here we go. Like, no. I love a cold breeze.
You know, when I shoot and I see these beautiful location shoots, if it's nice and warm, I can just pretend I'm there.
Then some of those, actually, when you see those location shoots, some of the team have told me this before, that actually it looks great, but it's actually freezing cold. It's just really sunny.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, that does happen.
Yeah, no, I need a big holiday. I think I need so at least I've got warm in the studio.
Cool. And in terms of moving away from, you know, this or that, kind of what things what are you excited for in the future within the studio or within your role at Next?
Yes, so I'm hoping what I do will grow, and more people will be interested in what we do. So it's nice to be on this podcast. It gives us a bit of exposure. Yeah. So I really hope our team will grow. Let me just mention, I'm a part of Platinum team, which are amazing. Big shout out to the guys. Nice. And then we're part of bigger repro team and part of the studio team. So I'm just excited for all of us for future growth, and hoping with this demand for photography constantly growing, we will grow as a team as well. And these new technologies are very exciting. So I like to see them as a tool, like helping me save time and complementing my craft rather than replacing. I'm talking of AI now.
Yes.
So exciting times ahead, and let's see where it takes us. Yeah,
100%. I think that's a really good point on AI. It's I know everyone's on sort of a journey with it at the moment of how it works, but I definitely see it as in my role in particular and in my life of how can I use it to save time so I can start doing more creative stuff or more thought-provoking stuff and get better at my role as well. So it'll help with the admin a lot.
Absolutely.
100%. That's the first thing. And then to add on, right, what creativity can it enhance? Or, you know, still think you need the ideas from us humans.
Absolutely agree with you. So I think our creative input won't ever be replaced. No. So I just see it as a tool, time-saving tool. And obviously it almost is promising that we will be able to develop as a creatives more. And it almost like I feel we're on the verge of revolution, where it's the arty side of us, the artist in us that will matter. So it kind of pushes us to go within and find that in the artists, because everything else can be automated eventually.
No, I totally agree. That's a great way of putting it. Like that's something that you're not going to be able to replicate at the moment with any sort of machine learning. So I
don't think any house soon will. I think we're safe. Creatives are definitely safe.
Well, thank you for coming on the podcast, Beulah. It's great to have you on. If you're listening, you don't subscribe, please do, and please give us a like as well. So but thank you again for coming on.
Thanks, Matt.